Ever heard of a detective who solved a murder case by looking at a painting? No, this isn't a movie plot. It's the bizarre true story of the murder of wealthy art collector Alan R. Pasila. Let's dive into one of the weirdest cases in criminal history. It's January 1996 in New Jersey. Firefighters are called to a blaze at a fancy mansion. Inside, they find the body of the owner, 58-year-old Alan Pasila. At first glance, it looks like a tragic accident. But the autopsy tells a different story. Alan hadn't died in the fire. He was murdered beforehand. The fire was just a clumsy attempt to cover up the crime. The scene was a mess. The house was ransacked, but strangely, many valuable items were left behind. What were the killers looking for? The police were stumped. There were no witnesses, no forced entry, and no obvious murder weapon. The case went cold for years. The Pasila family was devastated, with no answers and no justice. But here's where it gets interesting. One detective on the case, Sergeant Tim Fahey, just couldn't let it go. He kept going back to the evidence, looking for something everyone else had missed, and then he found it. In the background of a crime scene photo, there was a painting. A beautiful impressionist-style painting of a blonde woman. On its own, not that unusual for an art collector's home. But SGT, Fahey had a hunch. He started digging into Pasila's life and found out he had a secret son from a previous relationship. The son's name was Dane. When police tracked Dane down, they were shocked. His wife, Holly, looked exactly like the woman in the painting. The painting wasn't just any piece of art. It was a portrait of Holly, painted years before the murder. But why was it in Alan Pasila's house? The investigation revealed a twisted family drama. Holly and Dane were in deep financial trouble. They believed Alan owed them a large inheritance and had gone to his house to demand it. When Alan refused, things got violent. They attacked him, and in the struggle, Alan was killed. In a panic, they tried to find his will, tossing the house upside down. When they couldn't find it, they set the fire to destroy any evidence and fled. They thought they had committed the perfect crime. They had no idea they left behind the one clue that would unravel everything: the painting of Holly. The portrait became the star witness. It directly linked Holly to the crime scene, a place she claimed she had never been. It was the crucial piece of evidence that placed her and her husband at the mansion on the day of the murder. Faced with this undeniable proof, their story fell apart. Both Holly and Dane were eventually convicted of the murder of Alan Pasila. A painting, meant to capture beauty, ended up capturing a killer. It's a stark reminder that sometimes, the most damning evidence is hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right person to see the truth. What a crazy case, right? It just shows you, sometimes justice has a way of revealing itself in the most unexpected ways. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable true crime stories.